play.
Yeah.
Granted, that's just equal to a bye week anyway. But still. Did you watch any of the college games yesterday?
I just
Besides
kind of
maybe the big one.
I caught kind of the end of the Michigan Ohio State. But that was really it. I didn't really get a chance to. We were out and about most of the day.
That's where I turned it on as well. It was late in the fourth quarter. I turned it on my phone to see the end of it. I don't know. I was like excited by it, but part of me was kind of expecting, with no Harbaugh, Ohio State to just kind of stomp them, and then didn't happen.
Yeah, I think Michigan's run game is a little too strong for that to happen.
Yeah, and Kyle McCord sucks ass. I'll say it till the cows come home.
I thought if Ohio State was going to really beat them, like Michigan would have trouble protecting the quarterback.
Yeah, and he was only sacked once, J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, I just thought that Ohio State up front has been better, and Michigan was a little banged up up front. So,
yeah, and I also felt if Ohio State was going to win, Henderson had to have over 100 yards and control the game on the ground for Ohio State. Because Kyle McCord somehow only – I think they have elite receivers all across the board, but he seemingly only targets Marvin Harrison. So,
yeah,
I just don't.
And I get it. He's going to be open probably 60, 70% of the time if he runs a good route. So, it's like –
yeah, and in college, he's open even in single one-on-one coverage because he's better than 95% of corners in the NFL. Or in college football, sorry. But, yeah, I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see how the rankings get redone. I don't think Ohio State will fall out of the top four, though.
It feels like it'd be really hard to make them fall out, right? Like you just put them at 4.
Yeah. Either that or you just flip them. I know Washington's undefeated, but they really struggled yesterday. And Florida State, I don't know. Again, I know they're undefeated, but without their quarterback, they're not gonna. They're not a playoff team.
It feels bad to like downgrade them because of an injury, but I almost feel like you have to.
Well, I think they'll play a bowl game. Oregon and Washington play each other next week, by the way, for the Pac-12 championship. So, pretty excited about that game.
Yeah, I think Washington wins that. They're automatically in, right?
Yeah, they would have to be. Louisville plays Florida State in the ACC title, and I think Louisville's defense, even after losing to Kentucky yesterday, I still think Louisville's defense is enough with a backup quarterback to make Florida State have that loss that would propel Ohio State back into the playoff race after the championship games. Because Ohio State's done. They don't got to play in a title game because the Big Ten needs to realign the divisions and put Ohio State and Michigan in opposite divisions. They don't both need to be in the East. Because the West is literally like Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, and then like Northwestern and garbage behind that. Like the fact that it's Michigan versus Iowa in the Big Ten title game sucks. But
yeah, that really does suck.
But and then Georgia almost lost to Georgia Tech yesterday, which was hilarious.
Yeah, I just think it makes for an interesting playoff, seeing how like Georgia's not just extremely dominant, right?
They got to play Alabama too in the SEC title game.
Yeah, like what happens if Alabama wins that?
The whole thing gets fucked up. Somebody said that about Iowa. Somebody was like, Iowa's defense is ranked in the top 3 in all categories. What if they just come out and stop Michigan from doing anything? And Michigan loses that game. I was like, I don't even know what would happen at that point. But all right, we got Sunday football to talk about, a lot of it, because there's some major injuries in some of these games. All right, so we have some real good games. We have a good 1 o'clock game. We have a great 4 o'clock game. And we have, I think, a really fun Sunday night football game.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck tomorrow is.
Monday, Chicago at Minnesota.
Oh, potentially fun. Good morning, Darlene. Sorry, I didn't see
Yes,
it.
good morning. Good morning.
All right. So first game I have here is Texans Jags in Houston. The Jags have struggled historically with the Texans. If that does anything for you,
But nonetheless, they're a 1.5-point favorite on the road.
yeah. And Devin Singletary somehow is only 200 yards behind ETN.
Yeah.
Uh,
So any 60 less carries. So
Tyson Campbell, the Jags' number one corner, is out. There's the big injury for the Jags. No other major injuries in that for the Jaguars. And for the Texans, I don't believe they lost anybody the last week. They did not. So the Texans, I mean, they're banged up, but they're coming in the same way they've played the last two games. Oh, man, this is hard. Did you know Tank Dell's on pace to break DeAndre Hopkins and Megatron's receiving yards and touchdown record for a rookie?
wow. I did not know that.
Looking so much. Yeah, I didn't know it either till Michael Irvin said it this morning. I've had game day morning on all morning. So, and Michael Irvin was talking about it, and I was like, that's fucking crazy.
I mean, he's got Stroud thrown to him, and Stroud's putting up big numbers. So,
yeah, better
Kinda
than
makes
Trevor
sense.
Lawrence's numbers. I'm taking the Texans, to be honest. They've won 3 straight. They're hosting the Jags. I don't know how many and what their Jag record is lately. And I know historically the Jags suck. But I'm going to roll with CJ Stroud and the hot hand, regardless of what I just saw Jacksonville do last week.
yeah,
Morning, Tesco. How was your Thanksgiving, buddy?
I'm like super torn here on what to do.
If it helps any, you have a 7-win lead over me.
I just feel like this is one where Houston could lay an egg, but I feel like Jacksonville, riding high from last week, could do the same thing. And I kind of like Stroud and the young guys to just.
My biggest concern about Houston right now is, well, Nico Collins is back this week. I do like that. But my biggest concern about Houston is they're having Dameon Pierce get activated today. And I'm like, do you really want to maybe use him as the rest back? Because I wouldn't take the hot hand out. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'd keep
concerned
playing
D'Amico
Singletary,
Ryans,
right?
Right? My worry is what if he takes away the hot hand and goes back to Dameon Pierce? I'm like, that's the only thing I'm worried about is the chemistry of the offense if that happens. But Harley, dude, stop.
I hate betting against them, but I'll take the Jags here. I know they're the favorite, but I'm not comfortable with it. Now they're only a 1.5-point favorite. I mean, if Houston covers, they basically win the game. So.
Yeah. Actually, I think I meant to check that. They might even have gotten Fairbairn back for this game. Not that that's a big deal, but Matt Amendola sucks. Nope, he's on the IR with quadricep injury, so never mind.
Morning, Tesco. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like this one's a real toss-up game. It depends on what you get out of Stroud and what you get out of Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah, I mean Stroud did throw 3 picks last week.
Bro, they put up Trevor Lawrence's numbers this year. You know whose numbers they're very close to? Mac Jones.
Damn, I was gonna say Pickett.
Yeah, they put up his numbers and basically they're almost even.
Hold on, Pickett. No, not yeah. Okay, definitely not it. 17-22. Jesus Christ, dude. That's crazy. Yeah. The only thing is Mac has more interceptions.
But it's not
That's ridiculous.
right. And Mac Jones gets all this flack. And Trevor Lawrence is the prince,
And he has Christian Kirk and Calvin Ridley and Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
And Travis Etienne. Mac Jones has Billy Bob and Jimmy John. I can't think of the receivers at all right now. I was like, All right, our next game, Steelers-Bengals in Cincinnati. Jake Browning from the University of Washington, making his first ever career start. He's been undrafted in the league since 2019, bounced between the Vikings and Bengals practice squads. Was 8 of 15 for 68 yards and a touchdown last week in his stead for Joe Burrow after his injury. New offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh. No idea who it is.
No T. Higgins in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's been out for I think 5 weeks now. They got to get him back. Granted, they might not rush it now because I don't. If they lose this game, it's pretty much downhill from here.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if I knew who the new offensive coordinator is. I'm going to Google it. It's probably an interim, but
I feel like this could be like a solid 17-13 game.
Eddie Faulkner. I've never heard of Eddie Faulkner. I normally know coaches in the league. I don't know this one.
For Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a quarterback's coach or something?
Running backs coach, and now he's the interim OC.
Okay. We do have a question here.
From Muncie, Indiana, bro. Anyway.
Muncie.
What's up? Few start sits, all full PPR. Number one, pick one. Flex Hollywood, Josh Downs, Kareem Hunt. Sure. No, James Cook. Boy. Well, I was high on Brown when Miniman came back. The toddler came back, but Hollywood has done nothing since, so I'm very concerned about Hollywood. Josh Downs is playing the worst secondary in the league in Tampa Bay. Kareem Hunt is playing a team that's given up more points to fantasy points to running backs than any team in football, and the Broncos. And James Cook's playing the Eagles, so I'm very concerned about that matchup.
I would probably, Downs or Hunt, right? Like, it's kind of.
If it's full PPR, I would go Downs just simply off Hunt. Won't get many receptions. He'll get a touchdown. There's no doubt in my mind Hunt will have a touchdown, but he could be like 42 yards and a touchdown. Downs could have 10 catches for 105 yards and a touchdown. So I'm just going to lean down slightly because of the PPR aspect.
Yeah. Hollywood could have a day, but you got to wait to see it first. Like he hasn't shown anything with Kyler back yet.
This is the game for him to have a day. It is the Rams, who have not. Their defense has slowly started to deteriorate, but I can't trust it until I see it. So I'm going to go Downs. Second one, DJ Moore or Ridley. I would take DJ Moore.
DJ Moore for sure.
He's been consistent with Fields. If Fields wasn't playing, I would say Ridley, but Fields is playing. So,
Ford, Singletary, or Connor. So Jerome Ford, Devin Singletary, or James Conner.
James Conner's playing the Rams. Singletary's playing the Jags. Ford's playing the Broncos. Ooh. I need to see the Jags stats against running backs. Give me.
I think I'd lean Ford here.
The Jags are 4th in the NFL against the run. Man.
And again, like you said, what's his name's coming back?
Damian Pierce, and we don't know what they're going to do with it. I'm torn between Ford and Connor. If Dot said Ford, I'll go Ford. I'm not comfortable with any of those three, to be honest.
Yeah, it's tough to figure out. But Ford is against the Broncos today?
Yeah.
They're probably going to lean on him, to be honest.
Yeah, DTR ain't great.
Yeah, so
for the last one, I'm saying Odell. I just the Chargers defense gives up so many yards to receivers.
Amari with DTR, you're not sure. Chandler, Mitch, yeah, Odell for sure.
Now Mitch could have one big play, but he's not going to get a lot of the carries. And
yeah,
I don't know. Chandler is interesting. I've debated it in the league we're in, but that's because I was debating sitting Jonathan Taylor because the Bucs stopped the run real well. But and then Denver defense versus the Browns or Titans versus
I'd probably take Denver.
I would say Denver simply because you're more likely to get turnovers from the Browns. Bryce Young, he has those games where he has turnovers, but then he just has those games where he only throws for 170 yards and 1 touchdown and does nothing else. And there's not really any turnover value. So I would go Denver's. And kicker question, Dicker against the Ravens. Oh, fuck.
Or Joseph versus Chicago. At home inside.
Part of me feels like it might be a shootout. Part of me feels like the Ravens defense could really swallow this game and keep the Chargers from scoring.
They kind of do what they did to the Lions, right? And then you just get no value out of it whatsoever.
I'm going to go Joseph. I just feel like you're guaranteed more kick attempts out of Joseph than you are Dicker. I love Dicker, but I just think the Vikings at least put up 30.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the passer not move the ball, right? Like,
yeah, and Joseph's real good. And at home, they're playing the Bears. They're going to come out and put up points, and there's a chance Fields keeps pace and makes this an offensive shootout. So,
yeah,
I would trust Joseph more than Dicker. I haven't heard anything about Jefferson. Is he not returning this week either? Unlikely to play Monday. Okay, I just had to check.
I just feel like they're like, do we really need him?
Yeah, but yeah. There's our answers for all of those. Anything else you think of, come up and ask us. We'll gladly answer. Oh, for those who didn't see these questions because I'm dumb and didn't put them up. Anyway, what were we going? Bengals Steelers.
Yeah. God, like
2.5 point line in favor of the Steelers. I'm assuming that's all because of Burrow.
Yeah, I feel like the Steelers defense here, they're not as highly rated, but like I feel like because of the change, they might be. God, I just can't see the Bengals just scoring a ton of points here, and if it's close, I think the Steelers just kind of edge them.
Trying to see who all the Steelers are missing. Quan Alexander on the IR now. Minka will not play today.
No.
Keanu Neal's still on the IR. But are they getting Muth back? I think they got Muth back, right?
Freiermuth?
Yeah, last week, I think.
I think so.
That's a big deal if Pickett starts needing to throw the ball. Yeah, they got him back last week, so this is tough. I'm rolling Bengals. I'm taking the upset. I'm not the biggest Jake Browning believer, but I still think Jake Browning somehow is still better than Kenny Pickett. Now watch Pickett come out with the new OC. And actually, how are the Bengals against the run? The Bengals new Steelers offensive coordinator is the running back coach, right? So this might be a very run-oriented offense. 30th against the run. Well, that's a concerning number.
Yeah. I think the Steelers. I just got a funny feeling like the Steelers defense just is going to eat them up.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little shit about my pick, but I'm gonna stick it. I'll stick it.
Then I'll take the Steelers. The pick'em is 51.5% in favor of the Steelers, 48.1% in favor of the Bengals. So really a toss-up according to people who are voting on that stuff. Over under 36.5. So obviously they're keeping it a low-scoring game. Again, it's kind of one of those games where it's like could go either way. If Pittsburgh can establish the run game well, obviously they're gonna use both backs, which they probably shouldn't.
Should be Jaylen Warren entirely.
Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like we talked about with Houston. If they take Singletary out, who's the hot hand, and give Pierce half the carries, and he's cold, then you're limiting yourself. That's what Najee Harris is, the limiting factor.
Oh, God. All right. Next game.
And it's 44 degrees and raining in Cincinnati.
So it's Joe Mixon versus the running backs.
Yeah.
What a terrible situation for the Steelers to find themselves in. I wonder if they figure out. I don't know. I mean, realistically, they need to do it. The Packers are quote unquote doing it. Jordan Love. They need
Figure
to
it
say,
out
all right,
now.
the rest of the season is your audition. And if you don't fucking do well in your audition, we're not keeping you. And that's what the Steelers need to be doing now. They have a new offensive coordinator. It's not like it's a guy they don't know. And good morning, Boogie. There's no excuse there's like zero excuse for what Pickett has done. Pickett looks fucking terrible.
Well, with Pittsburgh too, right? Like you don't have to worry about them finding weapons later in the draft. They're very good at like talent evaluation at wide receiver, things like that. So if they have to spend a high draft pick to get another quarterback, like do it.
Yeah, wide receiver and running back, they've always nailed.
They just hit really well. And
Najee.
obviously, historically, they don't fire coaches during the season. They were obviously ready to go on this one, so they did.
First time in 40-something years, if I remember correctly.
Since 1941.
Oh, okay. So almost 90 or 80 years.
And the guy that they replaced was the guy who also owned the team or something like that at the time. Like it's a long story, but they did it 3 times in one season, and the guys were like 0-2, 2-3, and 0-2 or something like that. But the head coach isn't going anywhere. They love the guy, and he'll be fine.
Tomlin will get another winning record, and that's apparently all they care about. So,
well, I think
Super Bowls.
I think, like you said, if they can just evaluate Pickett for the rest of the season, like, bro, Deron Bland from the Cowboys has more touchdowns than Pickett's thrown this year.
Yeah, he also has more touchdowns than every receiver on the Chiefs combined.
Right. So,
yeah,
it's like you got to do something here, and it kind of is like shit or get off the pot time for these guys. So, I feel like there's a few teams that are in this position, and we'll see. I don't think it's going to get any better with Pickett. You're not seeing any progression.
Yeah, I mean, Will Levis started week 5 or week 4, and he's already got as many touchdowns as Pickett.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like Pickett doesn't have weapons, right? Like,
he's got Deontay Johnson, George Pickens. He's not had the best tight ends, but now he's got his tight end back. So I don't know. The excuses are definitely out.
What I always say: never trust a quarterback with 2 gloves.
Even though Kurt Warner had 2 gloves.
Yeah, lost to the
exception
Patriots.
to the rule.
Lost to the Patriots, baby.
Panthers Titans is the next one. This is disgusting.
A game I don't even care about.
Yeah, a 3.5-point favorite are the Titans at home. They never played each other. Bryce Young and Will Levis never played each other, regardless if they were SEC quarterbacks.
That's kind of crazy.
The only excuse Pitt had was Canada. That's what they claim. Steelers fans are always like, it's not Pickett. It's not Pickett. It's fucking Matt Canada. Well, that excuse is out the window. So what happens when Pickett still throws for 132 yards with a 51% completion percentage?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's just terrible. I don't know. It's all the teams that you see it all right now, in every team that had a franchise quarterback is now struggling. The Packers, I'm not a believer of Love, even after what I saw against the Lions and the week before against the Chargers. I'm still not fully in anymore. He broke it. Now I'm not fully in. You got the Patriots after Tom Brady. They're struggling. The Steelers, they're struggling. You see it right now.
I think with these guys, like the guys are going to be real successful, you see it immediately, right? It doesn't take time.
I'm curious what you mean by an ass. Did you go all in after his first game? Speaking of which, I'm taking another upset. I'm taking the Panthers.
Yeah,
the 7th ranked pass defense. I just think they're going to feast today. The Titans are going to have to run the football if they want to win.
And Derrick Henry's looked pedestrian recently.
Yeah, very. No, very.
I may is this the cliff where he just kind of slows down?
You can't trust a man that puts mayonnaise in coffee. You just can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a few weeks for Henry where he looks like he just can't find a hole. Like he's just getting hit in the backfield.
But no, Brandon, I understand. After his first week, I was like, oh, well, I guess we'll have to see, I guess, huh? Because I, during the draft, said he was a bust in the waiting if someone took him in the first round. And after the first week, I was like, okay, prove me wrong. Keep going. You got to show me that I'm wrong. And then now I'm like, all right, now I'm starting to, but he's a rookie, so he's going to have the growing pains. So I'm still going to give him, I always give every quarterback 2 years. I know that not every quarterback gets 2 years like Josh Rosen didn't, but I still say every quarterback deserves at least. It's like in NASCAR. They say in NASCAR you deserve young driver deserves 60 races. I think a quarterback deserves 30 full starts. So not necessarily two full seasons because 2 full seasons is 34. But I always say you deserve 30 full starts before you can. So
you made your decision on Justin Fields.
Yes, he's a very slow grower.
This game is also 47 degrees with a rain prediction.
Yeah, there's some weather all up north, all over the goddamn place. I mean, they're not in the north technically, but all west of here, there's some weather.
So does this come down to Derrick Henry versus
whatever they're doing? I don't know. Miles Sanders got more carries last week than Hubbard. I don't know what the fuck Frank Reich's doing.
Maybe he's ready to just retire. Maybe he's like, I came in to fill the spot.
It does indeed. We actually me and Dot did this during the offseason. We went through not even just quarterbacks. We went through the entire first round for like multiple drafts, and you only hit on about 52% of first round picks.
And it's even less on the quarterbacks. Like if you look at quarterbacks, I mean, more of the quarterbacks that are like super long lasting in the NFL come out of later rounds.
Yeah. I mean, think about the fact that the Bears traded up to get
Justin Fields.
No, the guy who's now backing up Pickett. Trubisky.
Oh,
while Patrick Mahomes was still on the board.
That was so bad.
Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson were still on the board. Yes, big time. Yeah. Anyway, who are you taking? Panthers, Titans.
The weather, God. Maserati Mitch.
Maserati Mitch.
Give me the Titans here. I don't like it, but I'll take them here.
Titans. All right. Our next one we have is Saints Falcons, another barn burner for the NFC leader of the NFC South, the winner of this game.
Listen, you got something to play for,
Yeah, Desmond Ridder back at the quarterback position. Missed a game and a half, and he still literally has the same amount of touchdowns.
I don't know which head coach I trust less here.
Well, IR for Michael Thomas. Marshawn Lattimore is now on the IR.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because the other team's not going to use their star running back,
or their star receiver or tight end. And yes, Carr is playing. He's been cleared of concussion protocol.
Because it's Dennis Allen for the Saints and
Arthur Smith. Yeah. So he's cleared concussion protocol. He will play today.
Until he gets hit again.
Yeah, he's been injured like crazy.
The thing about the Saints is they've been terrible in the red zone unless it's Taysom Hill at quarterback.
Yeah. The Falcons are actually the better defensive team, which is shocking. It's very slight. It's literally like it all comes down to the amount of rushing yards allowed. But this is a tough game. This is in Atlanta. They are a 2-point dog at home.
God, this is tough.
I have taken only underdogs today, and I'm doing it again. I'm taking the Falcons.
I want to do it too. God. Did they finally figure it out? and let
Brandon's taking the
Bijan.
Saints.
God, that's what I want to do too, but I just.
I even wrote that down.
Let me look at something real quick.
Because I figured AJ Terrell will shut down Olave. There's no Michael Thomas. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking stick it.
I'm taking the Saints here.
Saints.
Yeah, these games are so, like, in my opinion, they're all razor thin margin. So like, you could lose all of them or win all of them. It doesn't matter who you pick.
Okie dokie. Bucks Colts, another razor thin game. 2.5-point favorite to the home team in Indianapolis. Inside a dome, so weather, I guess, won't matter because I know it's pretty fucking cold up there. I'm not going to overthink this one. Sketchy day to bet anyone. Oh, yeah. 100%. I was scrolling through DraftKings Sportsbooks because I like to do same game parlays. That's the only way I like to actually take bets. And I did not feel comfortable in any games today. So I did like a 20-player parlay across every game. Like I just picked random players from each game across the board.
I like it. I just
had no confidence.
That's the kind of day. Today's the kind of day you could hit it though.
Yeah, because I just had no confidence. Like the only person I felt comfortable with was Tank Dell. Knowing Tyson Campbell is not playing for the Jags, knowing that Tank Dell, when they played the first time, at 160 yards and a touchdown, I was like, I feel like he can do something today. Yeah, if it hit, I only had a quarter left on my DraftKings account, so that's all I put on it, and I still get $8,000 if it hits. So, I mean,
I like it.
I'll take the chance. All right, I'm not going to overthink this one. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm taking the Colts.
And I'm taking the Bucks here.
This is the first home team. First favorite I'm actually taking this week. The Bucks pass defense is so fucking bad. I just can't until they. Granted, no Shaq Leonard now since he's been waived.
Released.
Yeah, since you know what he did though, it was such a class act. Gets released, and then on Thanksgiving he goes to a food bank and is giving out turkeys and stuff to the city of Indianapolis.
Yeah, well, I mean,
good dude.
Yeah,
I don't know why he got released. I'm assuming the injury, maybe. I have no idea.
Well, apparently he asked for a meeting with management because of his lack of playing time, and they basically told him like, "We're gonna roll without you."
Yeah, see, I don't want to see this happen because that would be terrifying. If he's healthy, that would be terrifying.
Well, going to Dallas would probably help his injuries because of the weather.
Yeah, but no, I would like to see him go to I don't know, Houston. Give them a true linebacker, veteran linebacker.
There's a few teams that could use him.
D'Amico Ryan's
definitely one of them.
Shaq Leonard.
Dallas is definitely one of them. That would be kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we'll see. This is a Baker Mayfield versus Gardner Minshew game, like you said. Minshew's got the easier matchup, I think, against the defense, but we'll see. It depends on what Baker shows up. Baker's got 15 TDs, 6 INTs, so but that's been so sporadic week to week.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny Moore could pick off Baker 3 times for all we know. Like anything could happen in this game,
right?
No, these are all toss-ups. Like the next one's even somehow a toss-up. Patriots, Giants.
All right. You know how I'm picking
That's our 4.5-point favorite at home. I mean, on the road.
I just don't understand how.
Bill apparently this week said he'll go with the hot hand today, so he's told Zappy and Mac Jones to be ready to play. So that makes things weird. Darius Slayton will play today, regardless of being doubtful. Apparently felt good before the game, and they're going to roll with him. I don't know if that makes a difference. I really don't know how to call this one. He's going with Danny DeVito and his Jersey Mike commercials.
Oh, I'm going Mr. Chicken Cutlet. Mom makes my bed. Upset of the week.
Oh boy. If I had any faith in my Packers, I could have taken an upset of the week on Thursday. That was such a big Vegas betting on favorite underdog. Like that fucking them winning that game fucked up so much shit. Apparently, that was crazy. Oh man.
I just can't pick my team right now, so I'm just not going to. I'm going to pick hard against them.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna. This is the first time today we're gonna pick together. I'm picking the Giants.
What they did to Washington last week. What they did to Washington last week, and Washington beat the Patriots.
I think you guys are just simply going to continue to be the worst team in football, besides Carolina, the second worst team in football. I just think it's going to continue. Granted, I picked the Panthers today, so if they win and you guys lose, I mean, you guys are.
Then we're on track, baby. Then we're on track.
To waste a draft pick, he'll draft some guy out of Division III school, but number one overall.
You know what? He probably left that draft pick in his shirt at that lady's house in Nantucket.
I keep seeing people talk about that now.
Zappy could be starting. We don't know yet.
I think Max start. I don't know. Bill apparently told both quarterbacks to be ready to play today, and he's going to go with whoever feels better.
Do you think Bill's just right now, right? Like Bill's just sitting in a film room alone, watching the Mac Jones interceptions, and then watching that same Bailey Zappi interception 10 seconds later, and being like, which one's worse?
I mean, this is so true.
Well, the crazy thing is, Tesco, the crazy thing is this. Earlier, I just said this. Mac Jones's numbers aren't any worse than Trevor Lawrence's.
Yeah, they're not far off.
Like, Trevor Lawrence at least has Calvin Ridley to throw to.
I don't know if I fully believe Zappy can shine.
No, Zappy's again, he's a worse version of Mr. Carolina. He's tiny behind the line.
I just feel like they're both career backups on one team.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there.
I mean, it's not that Mac doesn't have the talent, but there's sometimes where that arm strength isn't there, and he just misses just so badly. And I'm like,
okay, he was fine at Alabama, but he had 5-star wide receivers.
Not no love for D2, but Bill loves to draft D2 and D1 AA schools.
Yeah, he can go do that in Washington for all I care.
And if they have the number 1 or number 2 pick, I don't know what Bill's going to do.
He'll probably trade out of it.
I mean, that would honestly, if you get the right amount of stuff, it would not be a bad move. I know you probably want Marvin Harrison Jr., but like, get yourself a receiver.
Like the most sure wide receiver in a while, and it's like, nah, we're gonna pass him up. We're gonna take a lineman. Yeah, but here's the thing. You've seen Mac play well at times, and they've just taken they've gotten him worse weapons every year.
Man,
they haven't gotten his weapons haven't gotten any better. They've actually downgraded at wide receiver. And you're expecting a growing quarterback to just, make everything better. Well, look at Patrick Mahomes and his wide receiver room. He can't make them any better.
And did Juju come to New England and vanish?
He's probably shooting TikToks in his basement.
I don't even know if he's caught a ball. I just don't.
And then because of that, Ramondre Stevenson, all you do is stack the box against him, and now New England can't do anything.
That's why Zeke occasionally has a decent game, because he can run people over.
Yeah, well, that's what you have to do, because otherwise there's just nothing. Yeah, I mean,
there's not. And left in the league, there's 2. I know that sounds crazy. Maybe 3. I'll give I'll give Justin Herbert some credit. But there are 3, because Mahomes and Rodgers are feel like the only 2 left. I mean, CJ Stroud right now feels like he's elevating his receivers, but we got to see it from more than a season.
I feel like Burrow does when he's fully healthy.
I just don't know, because Higgins was a beast before he got there.
Good, right?
Yeah, Higgins was a beast before he got there, and we already know Jamar Chase is a superstar. So I'm just I don't know what Higgins can. I mean, what Burrow does like elevate or not. That's the one I just don't know.
You're forgetting one. You're forgetting one we've already seen. Stroud.
That's what I said. I just don't know. I have to see it for a year.
It hasn't been a full year, but I mean, seeing what we're seeing, he does make him look really good.
Mahomes does not feel like it this year, but Mahomes looks like.
But they lead the league in drops, so it's not Mahomes that's not elevating them. It's themselves.
Yeah, but Kelsey's not in that category of drops except for this week, and he still looks like shit.
Because they don't have to protect against Butterfingers.
I mean, yeah, but Kelsey's open sometimes and still not getting the ball. Mahomes is still not as good this year. Statistically,
okay, you can't deny the fact that they can't score points in the second half, right?
Yeah, they're the worst in the NFL. The entire league. It's crazy to think they're worse than teams like the Titans and the Patriots. I don't know, the Panthers and the Patriots in the second half.
Just saying.
But
they still and honestly, they were one catch away from beating Philadelphia.
And let's be real, Kelsey might be hanging it up. His comments this week were real concerning.
Maybe him and his brother go out the same year. Like, hey, let's just keep the podcast going.
And, him and his lady can actually have some privacy because, she ends tour in August and that's when he starts going. So their life's back in the spotlight again. Oh. So, yeah. But anyway, Broncos, Jesus fucking Christ. Why are these games so bad but freaking close? Browns, Broncos. DTR visits Denver. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like in Denver today.
33 possible snow.
I was going to say, my game says 19 degrees at game time, but I don't know if that's true. Or maybe that's it right now.
I have AccuWeather game time weather at 33.
Yeah, that's probably the temp right now. It's only 10:20 in the morning. Nope, 32 there. I don't know what the fuck this is saying. But still a nice cold day in Denver. Probably going to be a run day. I don't know.
His defense is so good for the Browns, right?
And the Broncos, since week 6, have the third-ranked defense in the NFL.
And Russell's getting better, but how good is he?
This is really a hard game to call.
Denver is a 2-point favorite at home, right?
Denver is indeed a 2-point favorite at home, losing 1 point in the line for being the home team.
Well, it's like Cleveland really needs this game to give them some leeway if they want to make the playoffs.
And Denver needs this game to get right back in. I mean, they will be solidified in the playoff picture at 6-5.
I just feel like Russell's going to have no time in this game.
That is a concern of mine. Myles Garrett and company do tend to eat. I'm taking the Broncos, though.
You're taking the Broncos?
I'm rolling with Sean Payton has turned this team around.
Yeah, I feel like they just manage a way to win close games now, right? They don't make the big mistake, and Russell hasn't made the big mistake in a few weeks, right?
He's only got 4 picks on the season. He's
taking care of the ball. Like I said, they're using him like they did with Breeze when he couldn't throw the ball downfield anymore.
Yeah, that 104.3 quarterback rating. Who to start, Khalil Herbert or Hunt? Jesus Christ. Hunt, I think.
I think Hunt here too.
I'm not a fan of that matchup. Because Donta Foreman's still going to get his touches. Khalil Herbert might get some PPR value, but Hunt does get some receptions. Hunt will also get you a touchdown. There's no doubt in my mind Hunt gets a touchdown.
He is just like that meatball running back they use that way, so.
I'm going Hunt. I'm going to stick to my gut and say Hunt. Oh, Foreman's out. I have not checked the injury report, apparently. Oh, it's tomorrow's game. That's why. Oh, boy. That makes it a little more interesting. How are the Vikings against the run? Give me a second. They're 8th against the run.
With Foreman out, though? I think
Hold on a minute. Let me pull up his receiving stats. 12 catches, 89 yards in 6 games. So he's only averaging 2 catches a game. 14 yards a game. He's not going to get a lot of receptions realistically. Field doesn't throw to running backs that much. So PPR value might be eliminated here because I don't think Kareem Hunt's getting many receptions today either.
no.
Now, who's going to have the better game on the ground? Denver is worst against the run, allowing 160 yards a game on the ground. I'm gonna still lean Hunt just because I just feel like the touchdown is guaranteed.
Man. I think I would go Herbert, but I'm not comfortable with either. I think it makes it really skews it with Foreman being out. God, that's so tough. That is a tough one. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a pick and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hunt. He said Foreman. I mean, not Foreman, Herbert. So that doesn't help you much. But yeah, I just
it's you're probably talking the difference of like their projections might be a point and a half difference depending on where you look.
I don't know. I think the Browns are going to have to run the ball a lot, which means Hunt could see an increase in carries. They're playing the worst run defense in the NFL.
They're going to run the hell out of the ball if they get to the red zone. So,
yeah. So
I'm just where Hunt kind of excels. But you could, if Herbert's the option, he has a game. I mean,
yeah.
It's almost a risk either way. Like, I don't think there really is a horrible pick between these two. You're probably going to see relatively the same value.
And who's your pick in this game, by the way?
I'm going to take the Browns here. I don't know. This defense, I feel like this defense is just so offensive. Like, yeah, Chav, it is a toss-up. Sorry to split you on the decision there, but again, like I don't think the value between the two is that big where if you make either decision, you're going to be wrong. I think it's more of a toss-up. It might be the difference in like 4 or 5 points in the end, but if you look at projections, they're probably not that far off.
Yeah, no, he's been insane. He's just not throwing a lot of yards.
Yeah, he doesn't have to throw interceptions if Myles Garrett sacks him 13 times for 3 fumbles.
We'll see. He is a heavily sacked quarterback, I believe.
Grant Delpit? How many interceptions does he have?
I don't know.
I think 6.
Russ has been sacked 32 times in 10 games, so 3.2 sacks allowed for the Broncos per game.
Fumbles galore. Here we go.
But all right. The last 4 or 5 game, Cardinals, Rams.
Another barn burner. Actually, this one's kind of intriguing to me.
Rams get Kyren Williams back. Cooper Kupp, I think, is expected to play through his ankle injury. He is indeed going to play through his ankle injury. Marco Wilson is out for the Cardinals. This is an interesting game, but I'm rolling Rams. I think Kyren Williams is going to feast.
Yeah, I'm glad Kyler's back, and I think they're improving. But the Rams are fairly healthy. I mean, and then you got to deal with even if he's not 100%, and you got to deal with game planning for Cooper Kupp. You have Nakua, you have Atwell. You know what I mean? Like they don't have like a lot of guys that separate, but they got guys that can get the ball quickly. And if Kyron Williams is back and you got to deal with him too, okay.
Yeah, I do worry about John Stafford's numbers going down a little bit, but I'm going Rams. I think
Yeah,
Kyler Williams is just going to feast.
I mean, Aaron Donald is still playing like a man possessed. Like,
what are his stats on the year? I don't even know.
they're probably not that good stat wise, but I mean, if you just watch games, you can see his impact.
20 solo tackles, 18 assists, 5.5 sacks, 4 hurry ups. Only 4 hurry ups is kind of significant. I do think he's going to retire. He said he's not going to play into the down part of his career.
I just want you to know that Kyler Murray is 1-7 against the Rams.
Yeah, and it's double XP weekend.
Oh shit! Yep,
it is flat out double XP everything.
Never take him on double XP weekend in COD. He is awful. Yep. His numbers through college and the pros during double XP weekend are fucking terrible.
Yeah, and it is indeed double XP weekend. It started on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and it is going until Monday. So,
okay, so let's see. Call of Duty. Let me see what the numbers are.
You sent it to me once. I just don't.
Yeah, I gotta look at it because the guy actually keeps it updated.
That's crazy. I know his numbers are good on the weekend of a new COD release.
But his passer rating goes from upper 90s into the low 80s, and the Cardinals' win percentage plummets similarly. On normal weekends with Murray under center, the Cardinals have posted a record of 18, 16, and 1. On double XP weekends, they are 4-7 with a win percentage of .360, and that's just the NFL since it happened. The college one makes it even way worse.
It was way worse in college, but it couldn't have been too bad. He was at Oklahoma.
He's 0-47.
Oh. Okay. I don't know. I guess those are the weeks Oklahoma lost. I don't know. All right. Bills Eagles game of the week.
Yeah,
what the fuck is happening out there?
This is a tough one.
But 3-point favorite in favor of the home team Eagles, which means they're even on a neutral field. I wish this was a primetime game. This would have been way better as a Friday game.
But listen, they don't want to give those to Amazon. They want Amazon to pay more. This is kind of nuts, but the pick 'em on this is 54.1% in favor of the Bills.
Yeah, Josh Allen has almost as many interceptions as Jalen Hurts has touchdowns.
Isn't he leading the league right now in interceptions?
He's at 12. I don't know what Sam Howell's at.
Oh, that's true.
I have no idea what Sam Howell's currently sitting at.
Jalen has 9.
Yeah, no, it's not pretty from Jalen Hurts either. He actually has the lower quarterback rating.
I mean, Stephon Diggs has 77 receptions for just under 900 yards at 895. A.J. Brown has 68 for 1,013. They're 1 touchdown apart. Diggs has 7. A.J. Brown has 6. But you also have to deal with Devontae Smith on the other side. And who's number 2 in Buffalo? You know?
I mean, they're still 9th against the pass, the Bills. They're still so good against the pass.
And against the run?
16th, I think. Yeah,
okay.
Dead middle.
I mean, the Chiefs ran the ball well against Philly.
Which is crazy to think about because the Eagles are entering today averaging only 76.5 yards allowed on the ground, leading the NFL in rushing yards allowed on the ground. But they are 28th against the pass, dead middle 16th in yards allowed, 15th in points allowed, and 27th at stopping teams on third down.
Man, I feel like this could be a Kevin Byard day.
And this is, by the way, this is how close these two teams are offensively on third down percentage. The Eagles convert third downs at 48.2%. The Bills convert third downs at 48.1%. They are literally 0.1% apart from each other as leading the league in first and second and third down conversions.
Now the Bills, let's see, are they missing anybody super important? I assume Lane Johnson's going to play for the Eagles, right?
Yeah, their normal list. Taylor Rapp's the only one because he got last week on his game during their game. He got carted off the field with a neck injury.
Yeah,
he's the only new big injury. Dane Jackson did not clear concussion protocol, so they don't have their top. Well, they're now top corner now that Tre'Davious White's out. So they're missing a corner and a safety. They're obviously still missing Matt Milano. And the Eagles, I don't think there's anything big new. We have an Eagles fan in here. She'll let us know if I'm wrong. But I don't think there's anything big new. I don't know how new Nakobe Dean to the IR is.
50 degrees, outdoor game.
It's warm.
God, I can't. It's
hot.
Like, I half think the Bills won't make the playoffs, and they really need to win this game, and I just don't think they can.
You going Eagles?
I'm not there yet.
This is a battle of the turnovers. Don't know.
This gets real interesting real fast.
I just don't know. This is the hardest game for me to call.
I feel like this is one of those games where Buffalo could come out and just throw a bomb on like the first play and score a touchdown real quick, and then they're just shit for the rest of the game.
Fuck it. You know what? I've done nothing but take the underdog today. I'm taking the Bills.
I wanted to so bad.
Fuck it. I said I'd stop picking against the Eagles after they've continuously proven me wrong since I picked against them 4 times this season and they only have 1 loss.
Well, what's fucked up about the Eagles is their only losses against the Jets. And it was a turnover. It was a turnover fest.
But to be realistic, they should have lost to the Chiefs. I mean, that catch should have been made. They should have lost that game,
but they didn't. Okay,
and they continue to make dumb mental mistakes. They're beating themselves in a lot of places, and maybe the Bills take advantage. I don't fucking know. Josh Allen needs to go break the 7 straight games of the turnover here. If he has a pick, though, I do think the Eagles win, but I will predict that he ends. That's my bold prediction of the day. Josh Allen stops at 7 consecutive games with a pick and does not throw an interception against this porous Eagles secondary.
All right, I'm taking – you took the Bills. I wanted to take the Bills, but I'll take the Eagles here. I think the Bills can win this game, but I also feel like, with
how bad the Eagles secondary's been, I'm like, maybe Stephon Diggs just fucking tears them apart.
Yeah, maybe he has, the big day, like what would be the AJ Brown stat line? Like 150 something yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't know. That's concerning to me. As AJ Brown's always concerning to me. All right, Chiefs Raiders.
I hate to say this one could be interesting, but I think it could be.
It will be. So there's some reasons this will be interesting. They will be without Mecole Hardman, Kadarius Toney, and Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
As if their offensive options
weren't limited before. They are now.
I'm breaking your heart. I know. I said I'd stop picking against them, but I need to see this secondary actually play a game of football. Because they're 28th in the league against the pass, and I can't imagine last week on Monday Night Football didn't help them look a little bit better statistically. Because I have a weird feeling that they were probably 30th before the Chiefs game. And yeah, it's a winnable game for Buffalo, but it's kind of like there should be an over-under odds.
For Philly to win, it'll also take mistake-free football out of Hurts,
which has not happened this season.
Right. So it could just become a clown fiesta. of turnovers.
I'm just psychotic today. 9.5-point dog. I'm taking them.
You're taking the Raiders here?
I'm taking them.
If
you didn't know this, by the way, I don't know why I'm doing this. But if you didn't know this, Max Crosby and Patrick Mahomes have a big rivalry with each other. They talk a lot of shit at each other.
Max Crosby's doubtful today.
I know, but they already said on NFL Network he is going to play.
Oh, you know he is. He's one of those guys that you could list him injured. He's like, I'm playing anyways.
Yeah, they said because it's very, very rare for a doubtful player to play, but Ian Rappaport reported he will play today.
Well, that's more of a Brandon Staley problem than anything else. They need to fucking fire that guy immediately. Just, I'm tired. I'm tired of that team underperforming.
I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this. I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't be stupid here. You know what? I would take the Chiefs, but I wouldn't take the points here. Mahomes against the points historically, if they're any more than 3, he's horribly under 500. They just win games. They don't blow people out. Like Buffalo, when they win, they blow people out.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs. I don't know. I have no faith in Aiden O'Connell. Like, I want to take this game, but how good the Chiefs' defense has been, I'm like, they'll still find a way to win this. I don't think this is going to be a very good scoring game. Like, they're saying a 9.5-point favorite. They're saying a 43-point line for over/under.
That means Kansas City's got to score what, like 33?
Yeah, and I don't see that happening. With how bad this receiving core has been, Kelsey hasn't been great. Like, people keep talking about how bad Devontae Adams has been this year.
Wait. We got to ask the question.
No.
Is she going to be there?
She's fully on tour for the rest of the year.
Okay. Well, what's the over-under on his numbers? Because take the under.
Yeah, he's only at 641 yards on the season. He actually has 100 less than Devontae Adams with the same amount of receptions. So, I don't like him I don't like him, the Chiefs offense today, but Aiden O'Connell's been absolutely terrible. So I'll just have to roll with the fact that the Chiefs defense is going to keep them alive. That's what I said on Facebook. And I know a Chiefs fan got all butthurt at me for it, but if they didn't have their defense, they would probably be 500 at best right now. They're bottom tier.
Well, their team is kind of built like a couple times the way the Patriots were built, right? Like their offense wasn't just spectacular, but the defense was a top 5 defense.
Yeah, they're 14th. They're 14th in the league in scoring on offense, which is crazy to think about with Mahomes.
Because they don't score in the second half. So half of the game they don't score points.
Yeah, they're dead last in the league in scoring in the second half, which is just terrible. So, but their defense is 3rd in total yards allowed, 4th against the pass, 18th against the run. So it could be a good Josh Jacobs day. But 3rd in points allowed and 7th against third down conversion attempts. So,
the defense without Chris Jones, I think if you saw them now without Chris Jones, they'd still be much better than when you first saw them.
Yeah,
they have improved.
They will have a crisis next season. I will keep reminding people L'Jarius Sneed has been the biggest part of that defense, and he's a free agent at the end of the year.
Pick 4 full PPR: Swift, Bijan, Ramondre. Is it supposed to be Warren?
Jalen Warren, Trey McBride, Dalton Kincaid.
Okay.
Any 4, or do we have to pick between the 2 tight ends? Like, are you debating your tight ends?
So you got Swift against the Bills, Bijan,
Saints.
Ooh, and that coach, Ramondre against the Giants, though.
No, I don't like that.
Jalen Warren.
So one of the tight Kincaid for me for the tight end. It's nothing against Trey McBride because he's been an absolute beast, but Josh Allen's been throwing to Kincaid a lot, and the Eagles suck against the pass, and they've been really bad against tight ends.
Yeah. God, I feel like this is the day where, like, if you sat Bijan, he just has a day. Like,
That's what I'm nervous about. Like, I don't want to say sit Bijan. I'm starting him in our league, and I'm nervous about it, but I'm also nervous about sitting him. Then again, my option is Julian McLaughlin, so I'm not touching the Browns defense. I have a hard time not saying Warren. I have to say Warren. He gets a lot of catches. He's, the running back coach is now the offensive coordinator. I think they're going to run the ball a lot against the Bengals. So I'm going to go with Warren, Kincaid.
Yeah, I think Kincaid's the better pick here for sure.
Oh, what is Swift against the? So what is? Let me look at the Patriots. I mean, the Giants' run defense, because that's going to be a big thing.
Yeah,
me.
I think the
28th
Giants
against the run.
What number?
28th, but I still don't like. I really still don't like Ramondre. I'm doing it. For me, I would say Kincaid, Warren, Bijan, and Swift. I just feel like Swift's going to have a touchdown in the red zone. And I can't say sit Bijan in good comfort. I want to because Arthur Smith's a moron, but I also can't because he's Bijan Robinson. But Dot's pulling up some stats for you.
Yeah, see, I think I would go Ramondre because it's the Giants and it's Warren against Cincinnati, and you never know if he's going to get enough touches to be viable.
Hold on. I, for some reason, thought they said they were going Warren as the lead back. Hold on.
Kincaid, I'm for sure. But I would probably go Swift, Bijan, Ramondre, and Kincaid.
So we're the same minus Ramondre and Jalen.
Yeah.
But I like Jalen a lot against the Bengals, so I don't know.
I mean, Jalen Warren to this point, I believe, has outscored Ramondre by like 2 points. I personally think that Ramondre has the higher upside in this game.
The new offensive coordinator says Jalen Warren and George Pickens will see a larger workload moving forward. Whatever you want to take that as. But
yeah,
I don't know. So the three we are agreeing on are Swift, Bijan, and Kincaid. And then, I mean, it's a toss-up between Ramondre and Warren. I'm just going to roll Warren just simply off. That game might be a run fest.
Yeah, but so might New England, New York.
Yeah, I don't know. Either that or Mac Jones is going to throw 50 times again. Who fucking knows?
And I don't
probably couldn't be unanimous, but those three I definitely feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a big difference in the Warren Ramondre pick, whichever way you go.
Final games. We have two left. Ravens, Chargers.
Oh God.
I'm going Ravens. I'm not.
I was gonna say I can't. I don't think I can pick the Chargers here as much as I want to. Like I'm like, well, this will be the time they actually play well. But
you did preseason, if that helps.
That I picked
the Chargers, if that
here?
Helps. Yeah.
Well, I know my preseason numbers are pretty damn good, but I just
6 games above your current. Yeah.
I have no fucking faith in Brandon Staley.
I know. I was just trying to help you pick the Chargers, because don't want you to be mad at yourself tomorrow if it happens. But no, the Ravens
kind of like that win-win, right? Like if I pick Baltimore and they win, then I get Baltimore, and if the Chargers win, I'm like, well, at least maybe the Chargers. No, because that'll just help restore a little faith in the Chargers when I should have none.
I think Brandon Staley's in a lot of trouble, and I think the Ravens are going to expose how bad this defense is.
I think if the Ravens blow him out here, they might actually fire him.
Realistically, there's a very good chance they expose how absolutely atrocious his defense is.
And it probably won't take much.
Odell and Zay Flowers are hard to cover.
Yeah, and, I mean, Green. They made Jordan Love look great.
Yeah, and There's a chance that they don't have Guyton or Gerald Everett tomorrow.
And this is a standalone game. So like if they just get absolutely pounded.
Yeah. And no Joey Bosa anymore. So defense goes down a little bit.
Worse than it already is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the Ravens here.
All right. Final game, Monday Night Football. Bears visit Minnesota. 3-point favorite, Minnesota Vikings hosting the Bears.
I feel like this is a game that
I'm just doing it all over again. I've just done it all day long. I'm fucking going to fall so far behind you in picks if I don't get some of these. I'm going underdog, taking the Bears.
I'm not betting against the Pasternaut, dude. I'm not.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be high scoring, but I think in the end, I think DJ Moore makes a difference. The Vikings, Jordan Addison does not seem to have a connection with Josh Dobbs yet. And Tremaine Edmonds can at least slow down Hawkinson. So I'll go with the Bears. I'll take a chance. I'll take a random gamble. Fuck it. I did it all day. So fuck it.
Yeah. Listen, you're just like, I'm taking my 25 cents and I'm picking 20.
That's what I did. I felt no confidence in anything. I was like, I don't feel confident in any of these games.
But I don't feel confident in any of these games. So it's like, okay. You think a team has it solidified, and then all of a sudden they just throw an egg, like Detroit this week, right? Like,
yeah, I really thought Detroit was going to shit on the pack, and then
Jared Goff turned into turnover central.
7 turnovers in 2 weeks for Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm. That is concerning.
Big time. Big time. I saw a NFL sports writer write that he said all the playoff teams right now and said their biggest X factor and why they might not make it to the Super Bowl. And for the Lions, it was simply Jared Goff. Now, that's not true. Their secondary is fucking horrendous. But, it's flashier to say Jared Goff than secondary.
Yeah.
I mean, they can blame Jared Goff all they want because he gave the Packers 3 free possessions, but at the same time, the secondary let Jordan Love throw for 300-something yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's true.
And Jordan Love is not a quarterback. He won throwing 300 yards against you.
Yeah, that's a rough day for anybody.
I keep saying how bad he is, and now he's starting to win football games, so I'm like real –
This is that thing, right, where like your hope was gone, and now they're slowly but surely putting building blocks in there so that you believe it, and then all of a sudden they're gonna pull the rug right out from under your feet again.
Dude, we're a game. The fucked up thing is we're a game out of the playoffs now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Seattle drops another and we win another, we're in their spot.
Which seems likely because Seattle is regressing horribly.
They're dead. The funny thing is their defense is the better part of the team now. Their offense is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, and year to year, like you just like again, Geno kind of fell off, right?
Yep. I'm mind blown that the Packers might actually get a playoff game. We'll probably have to go to Philly and get massacred, but oh wait, no, they'll be the 1 seed.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they'll be the 1 seed. So we'll have to go to the place we can never win a football game. We'll go to fucking San Francisco, where we haven't won in 5 years.
All right, Brandon, go enjoy that football. Listen, fantasy dreams get dashed, but sometimes they get made. You just gotta take it week to week.
Tesco, I feel you, buddy. Yeah, Brandon, we're about to raid out and watch some football. I got to make lunch and watch some football. And Tesco, I feel you. I honestly have been begging for Michael Penix, and the more we win, the lower our chances of that ever happening become. So, and now there's a chance he actually just stays in Washington. Seattle might just bite the bullet and draft Michael Penix if they keep falling, and just keep him at home. But
be like, hey, you already know the weather here.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna rate Grizzly. We gotta get out of here. Football's about to start.
Everybody
enjoy yourself. Take advantage if you want Christmas presents for people or anything else, Secret Santas for people at the office or football or anything else. Remember that Cyber Monday's tomorrow, and Amazon's already started a lot of deals. So, keep your eye out and enjoy your day. Have a good, safe week. And holiday season, so people are psychotic now. So just be smart and be safe. Enjoy football. Sorry, Boogie. I really am sorry. I'm taking the Bills. I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I will. If you didn't do it, I probably was going to, because I'm like, this is a lot close. Like, it's just one of those games where this could be the one that Philly lets you down. They got through the Chiefs, and now, like, the Bills, that's a little bit easier. Well, maybe not.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Have a good night.
Bye.
Day,
Love you.
whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
same
fucking
thing.
know.